I'd like to welcome everybody to our first annual, what we hope the first annual celebration of Pennsylvania Career Development Day. My name is Mike Burke, and I'm the Executive Director for the Capital Region Partnership for Career Development. And I want to thank Senator Teplitz and his staff for their support in making this day happen. They have been very helpful in getting everything on board, and we really appreciate that. I also want to take some time to recognize our Board of Directors who are standing, some with me, others are in the audience here, who have been big supporters of this effort as well. In addition, in the audience we'll have members of our Advisory Council and our county consortiums. Those are our career coordinators from schools throughout the Tri-County area. And they are also here today. In addition, we have guests representing K-12 education. We have superintendents, classroom teachers, again, career counselors. We have students here, the most important reason we're all here, our students, as well as representatives from post-secondary partners and, of course, our employer friends from the employer community. Thank you all so much for supporting this effort. Maya Angelou once remarked, "I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life." And in so many ways, this quote reflects the purpose of the partnership. We seek to bring together K-12 educators, post-secondary partners, and employers throughout the Capital Region to provide experiences for our students so they can explore and better understand the career opportunities available in tomorrow's workforce. This preparation is key to our students' personal success and to the economic success of our region and of the Commonwealth. And indeed, through career exploration, our students will be able to not just make a living, but they will be able to make a life. Now I would like to introduce our first speaker, Senator Rob Teplitz.
Thank you all. Thank you, Mike. I'm Rob Teplitz. I'm the new state senator for the 15th District, which is most of Dauphin County and northern York County, the Harrisburg area. I want to thank you all for coming to the Capitol to support Career Development Day in Pennsylvania. I think we all know that high school is a very pivotal, very critical time in a young person's life. It's when they fine-tune their academic abilities and talents. But it's also a time when they start to think seriously about their career path and their life after high school. You know, I always knew that I wanted to go to college, I wanted to be a lawyer, wanted to enter public service in some way. But everybody's path is different, and many students need direction so that they can find their own way. And whether that path takes them to a 2-year college, a 4-year college, a technical school, community college, direct path to the workforce, or some other option, it's vitally important that young adults be prepared to take the next life steps after graduation, because those young people will help determine the prosperity of our Commonwealth. And so we need to open every door we can to make sure that they can succeed. My wife and I both teach at Central Penn College across the river in Somerdale, and we have someone here from Central Penn who'll be speaking shortly. You know, many students there are not your traditional college-age students. They come to Central Penn at various points in their life, but they all want to improve their skills so that they can enter or re-enter the workforce. They want to compete, and they need the opportunity to help do that. There's no single path from high school to the workforce. Everyone's path is unique, and that's why I was honored to introduce a Senate resolution just a few moments ago, recognizing today, November 13th, 2013, as Pennsylvania Career Development Day. And I'm proud to say that the resolution passed unanimously, literally just a few moments ago before I came down here to the Rotunda. And I'm so pleased that the Capital Region Partnership for Career Development is hosting this rally today. The Department of Education's Career Education and Work Standards require all high school graduates to demonstrate their competency in the areas of career awareness and retention, career acquisition, and entrepreneurship. I recently participated in a Senate Education Committee hearing, a public hearing here in Harrisburg, that focused on these issues, issues affecting local students, including career development. All of the panelists were high school students from my district. And I was very pleased to hear that the student panelists felt that their schools exposed them to a wide array of options for their post-high school career. In many schools, counselors guide students throughout their high school career to help them make the best decision for them upon graduation. And these students told us that there isn't an emphasis just on attending a four-year college or university. And we're fortunate here in Pennsylvania to have a variety of options, many options for the next generation of workers. Organizations like the Capitol Region Partnership for Career Development are fulfilling the critical needs of workforce development here by connecting students with employers, educational institutions, and others. Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, is the 20th largest economy in the world. And if we want to continue to compete in the global market, we must invest in our future. And that means we must invest in education and then incentivize our students to stay in Pennsylvania, to learn and to work. You know, education is not just another line item in the budget and another cost to be dealt with, particularly in a tough budget year. It needs to be viewed again, and I repeat again, as an investment in our collective future. That's what's right for the students behind me. It's what's right for the employers in this area and throughout Pennsylvania. We also need to incentivize students to stay in Pennsylvania so that we deal with the brain drain issue. I have a bill that we'll be releasing soon that tries to address the issue of paying for higher education by incentivizing students to make an arrangement with the Commonwealth for additional aid in return for staying in Pennsylvania for a certain period of time after graduation. And I think that will help address this issue. I want to thank PCD and the Board of Directors, the Harrisburg School District, Central Penn College, the students behind me and others for what you're doing, your efforts to support Pennsylvania and its future. I appreciate having the opportunity to work with you on this, and I look forward to many successes in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Teplitz. What we're trying to do here in our following, we have a list, kind of a small group of speakers, is to show you how this all comes together. You're going to hear next from three students who will introduce themselves from local school districts who have worked, done experiences through our programs and through internships, so you can learn a little bit about their experiences and how it's helped them with their career path. Gabrielle.
Hi, I'm Gabby Burchard, and I'm a senior at Hershey High School. This year, I have an internship at the Anvil-Cleona Veterinary Associates. My internship looks much different than the majority of students interning at the Hershey Medical Center or Hershey Elementary School. Instead, on a typical school morning, I don't dress like this. Instead, I'm in my scrubs or my black rubber boots and worn-out coveralls. Over the past 2 months, I've been fortunate to receive a great amount of hands-on experience with animals, both large and small. On a morning when I go into the office, I'm in my scrubs. I've observed spays, neuters, cherry eye surgeries, x-rays, and dentals. I've learned about culturing skin and stool samples, anesthetics, suture patterns, and different surgery techniques. I regularly hold off veins for IVs, restrain dogs, and intubate. When I'm not in the
soon discover that there is a spark, there's a passion, there's a dream, there's a desire within each and every one of them. They soon begin to find that why pulls their head from the pillow in the morning. It why creates the burning in their soul. It becomes their first thought of the day and their last thought before they go to sleep. It is why that they dream about. Ken Robinson said that education has a propensity to divide us individuals into two classes, academic and non-academic, smart people and non-smart people. The result is that many talented and gifted individuals think they're not because they're measured against a linear, one-dimensional standard. We unlearn creativity. The proliferation of standardized testing creates an environment of conformity, while our workforce demands creativity. In education, we live and die by the standardized test. Yet when the plumber is called, no one asks what his or her PSSA scores were. We push and prod our students to achieve advanced placement, yet when the mechanic is called, no one asks if they were proficient on the Keystone exams. We weigh and measure students by their performance scores, yet when the electrician is called, no one asks how they did on an exit exam. We want our toilets to flush, our cars to run, and our houses to be warm. We admire the bricklayer, the carpenter, and the welder. We are moved by the writer, the artist, and the musician. And we need the mechanic, the truck driver, and the chef. How do you measure creativity, motivation, curiosity, endurance, enthusiasm, empathy, self-awareness, self-discipline, leadership, compassion, sense of beauty, sense of wonder, honesty, and integrity? These qualities cannot be taught, only learned, and they cannot be instilled, only revealed. The Partnership for Career Development is helping students answer the question why. We help students think laterally and encourage them to generate creative ideas by exploring many possible solutions. We help them discover that finding out what you don't want to do is just as important as what you do want to do. Our focus is not just on the next 4 years after high school, but rather the next 40 years of their life. We help them see that success is not measured by passing, it's measured by passion. Our task is not unlike that of the planter, who does not create the flower, but merely amends the soil, removes the weeds, provides adequate light and water so that creation is possible. Every student has a unique passion within them. We don't create the passion. We create the conditions under which the passion can flourish. Simon Sinek believed there were leaders and there are those who lead. Leaders are those who hold power and authority over us, but leaders are those who inspire us. We follow those who lead not because we have to, but because we want to. When we help students answer why, they won't be forced to attend school, they'll be inspired to attend. When they discover their passion, they'll not be coerced into learning, they'll be motivated to learn. Measure success by academic achievement, and only 30% of our students will like what they do. Inspire a student to discover their passion, and 100% of them will love why they do it.
Thank you, Terry. The partnership works with a number of post-secondary institutions, 2-year, 4-year training schools throughout the area. And representing those folks is Steve Hassinger from Central Penn College.
Thank you, Mike. It's a privilege to be part of this day because career development is something that I personally am passionate about and something that Central Penn College is passionate about. It ties directly to our mission statement where we're trying to help our students not just find a job, but find employment in their chosen career field. So I came on board at Central Penn in the fall of 2002 as the Career Services Director. And about 4 months later, I discovered the partnership, and I've been working with the partnership in one way or another since early 2003. And as I look around the Rotunda today, I see so many people that I've met over the past 10 plus years through my involvement with the partnership. Community members, educators, employers, and there have been many, many benefits to that relationship. As a post-secondary institution, it's vital that we connect with high schools and with the community, with employers, with other post-secondary institutions. And that's what the partnership is all about. So some of the ways that we've been doing that recently include joining the advisory council for the K-12 school counselors at Big Spring School District. We just had our first advisory council meeting a couple of weeks ago, and it was a great opportunity for me to learn what's going on the K-12 level from the school, and for them to learn from us what's happening at the post-secondary level. One of my fellow employees on my team right now is at Middletown High School, helping them with their employer mock interviews. Tomorrow, Terry Miller will be coming to help our students with their employer mock interviews. So we've partnered in many different ways. And each year we have the privilege at Central Penn College of hosting an Educator in the Workplace event, where we bring educators and employers together to talk about workforce needs. We need to work together to develop programs and curriculum that meet the needs of all of our students. We hear a big emphasis from employers on the need for soft skill development. Terry mentioned some of those. The ability to communicate well, the ability to work together as a team, developing a strong work ethic, the ability to problem solve, analytical skills. Those are skills that are going to be important regardless of the career path that the student takes. And many of the events that the partnership sponsors help our students develop those soft skills that employers so desperately crave. We talked about a global economy. If we want to stay competitive in a global economy, it's imperative that we work together to help our students develop not only the hard skills, but also the soft skills that employers are going to need. You know, it used to be that a high school diploma was a pretty good ticket to a family-sustaining wage, and that's not necessarily the case anymore. Regardless of the level of post-secondary education, we need to help students learn that they need to be continuous learners. You and I need to be continuous learners in order to stay competitive. There was a recent study done by the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce, and the report entitled Recovery, Job Growth, and Education Requirements through 2020, which was released in June, has a lot of interesting information in it. One of the things they are projecting is that only 36% of the job openings by 2020 will not require some education beyond a high school degree. Maybe not a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, but some post-secondary education. They've also projected that at the current rate, the United States will fall short by 5 million workers with the required post-secondary training to meet the needs of the workforce in 2020. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. According to Central Penn's most recent one-year graduate follow-up report, 87.8% of our graduates were employed in their chosen field or continuing their education within 1 year of employment. Not just getting a job, but working in their chosen field. I think that's a pretty good number, but it's not 100%. And that's why I have job security, because I need to make sure that we continue to work together to make sure that those numbers remain strong and get even stronger. And we can't do that alone at Central Penn. We need the help of our secondary schools, we need the help of the community, and we certainly need the help of the current workforce, as well as our legislators. So the partnership has been a great connection for us for many different reasons, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you, Steve. Finally, we work with a great number of employers in the region, and we continue to grow what we call our friends in the employers in the business sector. And representing those folks today is Kimberly Dietrich. Kim is a consumer marketing manager for Benecard PBF, but we also know her as our president of our board of directors as well. So welcome Kim up.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Partnership for Career Development's Board of Directors, thank you. Thank you to Senator Teplitz and the many legislators, past and present, who have joined us today and support our efforts in working to build a world-class workforce in Pennsylvania. Thank you to those students who have joined us behind me to share their experiences as you continue to pave your pathway to career success. Thank you to those educators, post-secondary representatives, and parents who have joined us as every day you influence and help shape the pathway for your students. You do this through exposing students to Central Pennsylvania's many career options and local businesses, developing meaningful skill sets that will help make students successful future leaders, and more importantly, allowing students to recognize their talents, their abilities, and their interests. Lastly, thank you to those business leaders who have joined us today, as you are the future employers of today's students. Your insight that you provide to students on what the real world will be like and the expectations that will be asked of them as they transition from a student to a career-mature employee. Partnering together, we are building a world-class workforce in Pennsylvania. I invite you to learn more about the career exploration programs and experiences that the partnership provides, the resources, and help us to continue our mission and fulfill the students' dreams behind me. Thank you all.
And that wraps up our event today. What I first want to invite you to do, number one, is to check out the displays that we have on the side, created by students. It talks and shows some photos and describes some of the career exploration programs they have participated in. A couple you heard about today, many you still have yet to hear about. If you received our program, you also have attached a document that says, how do I get involved? Visit our website. You know, welcome to the 21st century. Like us on Facebook. We're like everybody else. And if you have any questions about the partnership at all, I, along with Kim and other members of our board, are here to answer your questions. But we do thank you for coming out, and we hope you will spread the word about the Partnership for Career Development. And thank you again for helping us celebrate our first Pennsylvania Career Development Day. Thank you.